Okay, so let's pick up where we left off. I have all my modalities now connected to my PACS, including the ones in other modality locations, such as the ER and the OR, and they can all find their way into the data center and into the PACS system in the PACS data center switch. So now I can get images into my PACS system, but how do I get the images out? Well, at Hack General Hospital, we use AGFA Enterprise PACS, which means review stations connect to the PACS web server using Internet Explorer. And you could do a trace route from any computer and follow the physical connection path from wherever the computer is located back to the PACS web server. However, this is outside the scope of most PACS admin roles, maintaining the network connections and understanding the network architecture for every PC on every floor. That's the responsibility of the IT department and the organization's network engineers. Since this falls outside the PACS admin's role and is not applicable at Hack General Hospital, we're not going to learn the larger network operations. So what I'm talking about there, I'm going to go back a slide, is if this is a PC in the ER, it's up to your network engineers to know that how the ER PC connects to the ER NOC, because it's still going to use the ER network operations closet, and how it connects to here and how it goes there. On the DICOM side of this will all be static IP addresses, but on the PC side, these will all be DHCP reservations. It's just up to IT to figure out how the PCs get from wherever they live through this maze to where they belong. It's just not our thing to do. So if a PC can't connect to the network and it can't pull the information it needs, it's really an IT problem. We're not going to get too involved. If it doesn't pull up images, we'll probably get the call from the ER department, but we'll immediately turn them over to IT to solve their network connection problem. So question, AGFA Enterprise PACS uses Internet Explorer as a web-based PACS system. Would it work with other browsers? For example, would it work with Google Chrome or Mozilla? You probably don't know the answer to that, so I'll give you the answer yes. AGFA Enterprise PACS will work with Google Chrome and Mozilla. However, not all browser-based PACS do. For example, Fuji PACS. Fuji PACS is called Synapse, and Synapse only works with Internet Explorer. It doesn't work with Google Chrome, and it doesn't work with Mozilla. Would AGFA Enterprise PACS work with Safari? No, it doesn't work with Safari. So browser-based PACS will have a list of browsers that it does support and browsers that it can't work with. So something to keep in mind. So now we have all the modalities and PCs in the hospital connected to the PACS core components in the hospital data center. But now we need to connect to the outside world. We need the monitors to be able to talk to the server in Belgium, and we need to be able to exchange images with other hospitals. The monitors means the Barco monitors. The Barco monitors have software that gets updates, and you don't have to go around and do that manually. It comes automatically from Barco. Barco's home, where they're from, is Belgium. Barco's not an American company. They're from Belgium, and they have servers that push out updates and do checks on your Barco monitors. So you need to connect to Belgium. There you go. It's a global world. So to do this, PACS will make a connection through ports in the firewall to the DMZ server, which will then communicate with the internet. So basically you have PACS here. It's going to go through an opening in the firewall, another opening in the firewall. So there's an opening in and out through the firewall, and it will connect to a DMZ server. The DMZ server is a server that lives outside the firewall, but has a lot of security and a lot of protection. So, you know, it's like a castle with a moat and a drawbridge. It's a hard place to get into. And so then the DMZ server will connect out to the internet. So anything bad that comes from the internet towards your network first has to get through the guards and the castle and the moat into the DMZ server, and then it still would have to make its way through the firewall. And so that's a very rough and basic idea of how typical hospital network security works. But for our point about network architecture, you're going to need a connection through the firewall to the DMZ server and then out into the internet, like I said, to share images with other hospitals and connect to Belgium and all the things you need to do. So here's the big picture. Dun dun dun. Here we have that little PACS data center switch that we started with way back when. And here's all those components with cables, the database server, the NAS, the archive, the F5, the DICOM servers, the IMS, the web, all those things connected by cables to the PACS data center switch. and it's connected by a big cable back and forth to the master data center network switch, and it's got the interface engine with the other applications, and from the database server it will talk all the way out to the DMZ server and to the open internet, and you have the other remote locations like the ER and the OR connected to the data center switch. So that's what the whole network architecture of a PACS system would look like. And that's a very basic, simple one. That's not a complicated one. Most PACS have 14 servers down here. I'm only using one NAS server, so this will be a lot more arrows in the real world. So, in conclusion, the PACS network architecture is unique at every institution. The configuration of the PACS components is unique to each PACS vendor, and it's unique at every institution. However, all PACS have servers in a data center. They all have modalities connected across the network. They all have network storage and an archive. They all have some kind of web access. They all have interfaces. So all of these basic PACS parts have to be connected together to make the system functional. The PACS network architecture is complex, but understanding it will help you diagnose problems much faster. And when you're troubleshooting a PACS problem, seconds count. I did not talk about network design in terms of LAN, SAN, WAN, and hopefully you'll learn about these universal network architecture concepts in your networking class. This is why we make you take the networking class. Thank you for watching. I hope you got a laugh.